My dearest friends of class 12th, in the last lecture we studied about Biot-Savart's law. What is Biot-Savart's law? What it is used for? Biot-Savart's law is used to find the magnetic field. What is Biot-Savart's law used for? It is used to find the magnetic field. But does the Biot-Savart law tell you the complete magnetic field? No. It does not tell you the value of B, but it actually tells you the value of dB. That means complete information is not there in Biot-Savart's law. Now, today's task is a derivation. In this derivation, we will be finding the magnetic field due to a conductor. Okay, the magnetic field due to a conductor. Now, can you see? This is the conductor X, Y. It is what? It is the conductor. What is the current flowing in it? The current flowing in it is I, and the current is flowing from X to Y. Okay, what is to be done? We have to find the magnetic field at point P. Where is point P? The point P is at a distance A from the conductor. Okay, the conductor is XY. Where is the point? The point is P. What is the distance between the conductor and the point? It is A. Alright, now first what we have to do? We have to apply Biot-Savart's law to find the magnetic field. How do we do that? We first select a small current element. Anywhere on the wire you can select this component. This component is dl. Okay, so this is the small length dl. What is the distance of this dl from the point Q? What is point Q? Point Q is the foot of the perpendicular. Okay, so the distance between point Q and this element, it is what? It is equals to L. Can you see this? So this distance is equals to L, and this length is equals to dl. Okay, remember a rule that if you are taking certain length as x and in the same direction you have to choose a small length, then you must write it as dx. Okay, if you are writing the length y, this is a big length y, if you select a small element on this, then you will have to compulsorily write it as dy. This is the rule of the basic, the rule of mathematics which can make the things simple. Okay, so now here I have this distance. What is this distance? R. This is the distance between the current element and the point concerned where we are finding the magnetic field. Okay, if this much is done, I can apply Biot-Savart's law and I can tell you that the magnetic field at this point due to this current element is given as, it is given by Biot-Savart's law. How do we give it? We simply write it as dB is equals to mu0 over 4 pi I dl sin theta over r square. You know this already. Mu0 is the permeability, 4 pi is the factor due to three-dimensional nature. I is what? It is the current flowing in the conductor. What is dl? dl is the length of current element. What is sin theta? Where is theta? Here we have theta, and what is r? R is the distance between this current element and this point P. Okay, so this is what exactly we will be doing, finding the magnetic field. But we have to find the complete magnetic field, and this Biot-Savart's law is telling only a small part of that magnetic field. So what we do now? Okay, what we do now is this. You can see what we have done. First of all, see, you can see in the diagram that what is the value of angle theta plus angle phi. What is it? It is equals to 90. So what is theta? Theta is equals to 90 minus phi. Okay, now putting sine, taking sine on both the sides. Sine theta is equals to sine 90 minus phi. What is sine 90 minus phi? Sine 90 phi is equals to cos phi. Okay, now again in the diagram, see cos phi. Cos phi is equal to a by r. What is cos phi? Adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So this is phi. The adjacent side is a. Hypotenuse is r. So cos phi is equals to a by r. What is r? R equals to a upon cos phi. What is 1 by cos phi? 1 by cos phi will be equal to sec phi. So r is equals to what? It is a sec phi. Done. And the last one, tan phi. Again in the same diagram we will be finding what is the value of tan phi. Okay. What is tan theta? Tan theta is what is tan function? It is opposite side upon adjacent side. So this is phi. The opposite side is L and the adjacent side is A. So tan phi is equals to L by A. Okay, so what is L? A को इधर भेज देने का. L is equals to A tan phi. But this is not over. We have to do a little more thing for this. See, what we got is L is equals to A tan phi. So now I am differentiating L with d phi and this side also with d phi. Okay, so this simply remains dl by d phi. A will not be differentiated. Can you tell me why? Because A is constant. It is given to us that this distance remains constant. The point is not moving near or away. So what happens? A remains constant. So constant is taken out. Differentiation of tan phi is equal to what? It is sec square phi. And now d phi is transposed on the other side. So what we get is dl is equal to a sec square phi d phi. Okay, we are doing a very troublesome trigonometry over here. But what is the use of this? The use is by making the things complicated for a moment, we can make the things simple later on. Okay, अभी थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेशन आएगा जब आप ये कर रहे होगे, लेकिन जो एंड रिजल्ट है उसको सिंपल बनाने के लिए वी आर डूइंग ऑल दीज ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक आइडियाज. So what are we doing with conclusion number 1, 2 and 3? Sorry, conclusions 2, 3 and 4. We are going to simply put this result, then this result and this result into the equation number 1. See, sin theta will change into this sin theta, this is to be changed, then r, the value of r, that also again has to be replaced, and the value of dl, that value of dl again has to be replaced now. And now we will be putting all these three things into equation number 1. Okay, now see, putting all the things into equation number 1, equation number 1 is going to change. See what we have done from here to here. Okay, concentrate from here, making substitution and reaching this point. dp is same as dv, mu 0 is same as mu 0, 4 pi is same as 4 pi, I is same as I. Okay, now what is dl? See, where is dl? Where is dl? dl is this. So it is a sec square phi d phi. So I have taken this a sec square phi d phi instead of dl. Sin theta. Where is sin theta? The replacement. Sin theta is equal to cos phi. Instead of sin theta, I have written what? I have written cos phi. And what is it there instead of r square? What is the value of r? Where is it? So over here, r is equal to a sec phi. So here I have taken the square of r, which is a square sec square phi. Things will cancel from here. Sec square phi directly cancels out. This cancels one power. What is left? Mu 0 by 4 pi as it is. Current is copied down as it is. A is there as it is. And what is left in the numerator? It is cos phi into d phi. Okay, now the problem we use is to find the magnetic field with respect to angle. What is it? What is it? See, what is here? It is magnetic field. What is here? It is angle. So, the problem now reduces to calculate the magnetic field in terms of angles. Alright? So, what angle we have? We have angle phi over here, angle phi over here. Now I am drawing some straight lines from P to point X and then point P to point Y. Because I have to find the magnetic field due to the complete conductor from X to Y. I have to include the angle subtended towards X and the angle subtended towards Y. So now suppose this angle, this full angle, mark this angle. This angle is equal to phi 1. And this angle, you take it as phi 2. This angle phi 1, this angle phi 2. Now, this is anti-clockwise, clockwise angle. This is anti-clockwise angle. Okay. For the time being, because the arc of this angle will be negative. Negative. Can you see? Angle is what? Arc upon radius. It's a radius. Because the arc of this will be negative. Downside, I am taking this angle to be negative and this angle to be positive. Okay, I have to use the sign conventions for angles also over here. And what is to be done now?